All right, I'm going to explain this from front to back. There is something called ATF, Alien Terraform. Sometimes it's Terra Forma, depending on the piece that we're talking about. My name is Nicole. It's, if you do lower capitulate, it's an ETA, E-T-A. It's an estimated time of arrival of an alien terraform. My last name is Katarutsa. Katarutsa. So it is cat, C-A-T, the kind that I wouldn't pet it, but it's meow, M-E-O-W. That's the sound, the spracha sound it makes in the audio echola chamber. The Ru, the R-U, the Kingdom of Rus, R-U-S, the two Z's, it's like the numeric, hashtag 3. In the West, the 3 lays this way as an epsilon. When you put it on a different plane, it's the exact same thing. It faces a different direction. It means something completely different. And that's what we call epsilon east. Because you have 2 sections of the other hemisphere. You've got the good children, and then you've got the, we're working on it. So now there's something called a Rubicon, R-U-B-I-C-O-N. And a lexicon, L-E-X-I-C-O-N. I own both. Alexander James, my son, born in 2005, he works in unison with the father he was supposed to have before possession of assembly asset was stolen by an American that was not under the authority of any government or governess or any authority whatsoever. This is what's called a, what do they call this? This is a Rubik's Cube, R-U-B-I-X. This was a simple plastic model that we used to explain the situation with Era, not the Era Weaver, the colossal Era Weaver guy that's around. I think that's what they're telling me on my stupid machine. But I'm hoping that little piece of, and that one name of intel is correct. God only knows. And actually, she doesn't even know. So I said, once humans in the botiques, like, say, the idiot's father, Peter Otto Romer, that did not listen to his National Guardsman that he went to high school with, that came and told him and Sue that they knew that they had had a conversation. They knew that the person that Jason just started dating is someone that they're having trouble putting their finger on exactly how to explain her to themselves in mass uniform, but also to how to speak to the public and without causing further damage. So what they needed was for them to have Jason just part ways and let her go. Like national security was on the line. Right, Pete, a licorice, starts laughing like it's the funniest thing he ever heard. Right. I would have treated the uniform who was in the know that served in some other state on the good guy team as a friendly warning to the evil criminal that Peter already was, based on his family's whatever. And didn't want his son to find out, but here we are. So now anyway, so what happens is the Rubik's Cube comes all unison. This is all blue, this is all orange, this side's all white. And then somebody decides they want to play with it, and then it looks like this chaotic, disturbed mess. This is what the world leadership and understanding looked like when I got here. Right, so now there are few people in the world that know how to put this back together. I appreciate their intelligence. This is not a challenge to them whatsoever, because I will find you if I need you. However, what I'm having a problem with is finding my uniform, my respectable uniforms that supposedly protect the equipment that I spider for. I'm a SPYDER form, SPYDER FORM. I recycle in quiet places where whatever our records, our career records follow us through. We then, at certain intervals on, like, King's record, not to be messed with, will from time to time return to caterpillar form for terra forma, alien terra forma purposes. But then we are to be treated like, as if, you know, I mean, we're brand new, but we do not rewrite the future of the career asset for alien terra forma. It's to be picked up. Whatever it was born to, the story is on the linen, which is what we used to call it, which is paper, but whatever. So the paper said that by the time, the reason why I was being recycled back to reemergence, but I would hit ground and I'd come pop awake by 3-4. Great. Okay, so I did my part. My name is Ruzza, Ruzza. There's a land across the water called Russia, Russia. SS? Yeah, well, I'm in the ZZ. I thought that this is the phones we were using in the time frame 1980. It had a receiver, it had a cord or a wire, and then a plug that went into the wall, and the humans thought it automatically worked. Magically, they could speak to one another without God's intervention. They are just such a cute little animal, those humans. God. Wait, what? Well, you know, I know. You guys, they give you some numbers. They say push the buttons, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, Grandma from Russia, is that you? Gorbachev, oh my God, is that my handsome dad with a star map on his head, I was told? Right, okay, so you understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't even ask, how do I throw the voice of a man 6,000 miles or 7,000 miles away to a little girl in New York living at the same time? I don't know, I pay for the service. What? Then the money junkies over in Elizabeth's neck of the stupid woods, the castle of thieves and heathens, of the protesters of what? Like getting the world fixed. The Vatican and I are a little confused. We're the good guys in this one. You guys are all the disgusting money junkies over there. They take the cord away, and now it's like a portable. Great. Okay, so now the stupid can walk around the house as long as it has a base that it's somewhat close to within range, like within maybe 100 feet. I can't call, I mean, I can still call 6,000 miles away if I push the numbers, according to the God science machine that allowed and programmed this plastic unit with some numbers, letters, and a calendar system that the alien terra forma system owns and is not happy with human customer service at her arrival. Then they switched from this one somewhere in the 2000s to this one. So this one they call a mobile phone for my purposes, MOBILE, because the modus operandi of Hitler and Cateruzza and the Vatican being the good in the world, and some good guys in Russia somewhere, Ukraine, like MFA, the Superman building, right, of superhero dads trying to figure this out. because they keep getting lied to in multiple languages, right? It became bile, B-I-L-E. That's like in your stomach. You're like, oh my God, I don't feel good. Yeah, that's how I feel about humans too, right? Since the day I got here, this wasn't looking so good. Right, okay, so anyway, so then they came out with this one, and now it's flat, it fits in a pocket, it takes photos. Like they made everybody like a movie star super spy. Here's the funny thing, humans. There's one super spy, it's myself. Oh my God, surprise. Right, yeah, because like I was coming out in the future, because the way that the alien Terra Forma runs is the career superheroes are supposed to have already, I mean, they don't need an interview, they need an introduction. That's it. I was introduced on the phone. I was begging at 3 and 4. I said, okay, I'm here, I'm recycled, I'm a re-emergence, I'm alien Terra Forma. I would like to please know where they're assigning me. I mean, I was delivered by Stork to America. Yeah, it's not, I mean, listen, I'm not happy because I've got cigarette smoke. I've got boutique bots that don't know. I mean, again, this is, I guess, customary and traditionally where we arrive. I've heard that some of the guys have better success. But I'd like to know where my assignment's going to be for the rest of my life, because I don't want anything I see in whatever this is in New York. Like that was my phone call to like dads that were angry, and I'm like, whoa, 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 why are you mad about Soviets? No, you have to give me an history lesson are you a Soviet? Well, if you're a Soviet, then I'll listen. Right? Are you a Nazi? Then I'll listen. Are you the Vatican? Then I'll listen. But if you're not, I don't want to hear your side of the story of something that you don't have firsthand knowledge of. Why would I take your word on anything? Oh, all right. She's a reemergence, right? She's a little smarter than the average bear. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so now here's the thing. See this vehicle that is not supposed to go airborne and carry anything, that doesn't know that there's God's intervention to make Gorbachev's voice appear like magic on this receiver so a little girl can have a conversation in 1980, right? The people that don't know that this is magic, M-A-G-I-C, and is unnatural. This doesn't happen in nature unless there's some kind of outward intervention. D'accord? Right, okay, I have humans that can't even get that concept. They're like, right, okay, so I don't really think that those humans that don't know that simple fact, I don't think they should be driving these in the air, asking for more unnatural human activity to occur in a magical format where they think they're deserving of copying a bird without authority. Yeah, because the birds didn't say they would share the airspace with you. They just didn't. And God didn't say she was going to let the magical lift and the vortex of, oh, wait, how does this work? Right, yeah, with God's help. God's helping hand is how it works. Otherwise, you got not a hope and a prayer. Great, okay, so as long as we understand that. Now, that's how that works, right? We got Rubicon, Lexicon, the reemergence, the recycles. Yeah, so we're a little smart. But here's the thing, like, I'm not like one of those game show contestants. In fact, I mean, like, if that's who you are, I will admire your pocket protector and your pens in your Napoleon Dynamite classroom, right, as your cheerleader, because I know I'm not in competition. I want you to be successful, like I do. I want you to feel good. I want you to be successful. The problem is when we come to you and say what you're trying to develop is going to cause a major problem with the biology on this planet, even though you're not able to understand that, and you think, oh, well, it's Big Brother. They're just mad because I'm the white guy, or I'm the Russian, or I'm the American. No. See, here's the thing. It's called a prop. That's what humans are. They have some magical way that they even perform, right? Yeah, okay. When that science gets broken, it's a real problem. And what you want to develop, I'm afraid, the animals that don't know that this is unnatural and they shouldn't even be doing this because this promotes and spreads criminal behavior like an Ebola breakout. You know, I have to be careful with those letters, right? But there was an Ebola breakout in CDC in Africa. It killed like 5 million people, something like that, right? They bled through their eyes, their nose, their mouth, their orifices, because their blood all just turned to everything liquefied on the inside, right? Okay, so that's another magical science called plagues, right? But it coincides with the science you guys keep developing that makes the criminals, it makes it easier. They just go, oh, why don't you catch a flight on the 3:30? We'll go hang out on the golf course. Yeah, we'll have margaritas and there'll be no surveillance. So it won't be a problem. Right, yeah, see, that's why we don't let monkeys fly. We don't let them go to the moon. We don't let them hold a receiver in their hand thinking they're hot shit and then they don't want to follow directions or complain to management when we try to take the toy away and say, no, there's some reputables that haven't even made it to uniform. I got them, they're scared to come out because you guys, whatever. So I got a whole lot of cleaning up to do. But there are reputable people. There's not many of them. I think that the bad guys use too much of the magic science in the golf clubs and they forgot they were supposed to be superheroes. No, seriously. Right, yeah, I'm in a world of hurt because, like, there's, like, no intelligence. Because if there was, I wouldn't be sitting here in this bedroom locked in New York like a prison, like an alien prisoner, as a reemergence and a recycle. Do you understand? I should not have to get to this level of calling you all out. I don't interview, like I'm not supposed to be interviewed by humans. I already got the job by the time I was born because I had the record before I got here. And it was my paranormal appearance and my popping awake at 3 and 4 was for specialized purpose to go to Citadel Citrus and be raised in a career military facility where I wanted to be with my betrothed and the man that I was built for and that I travel with and I like to grow with. Instead, a world around me and around other places decided the program that has always worked of the alien terra forma coming to new form, but knows things and would like to work with the good people so they don't kill each other. Right, they decided that they were going to interview the little girl first, which is on record. And then they decided as a whole to go in another direction. What? Her 8-hole uniform belongs to a 7-hole, somewhere in between Portugal and the Pacific from the Atlantic, Portugal, through Russia to wherever the Pacific is. Somewhere in between there. I would say stop right about the Urals. That's my favorite place. That's where my eye color comes from, right about the Urals. I would say anywhere between Portugal and the Urals of Russia, you are on set. I know Moscow and Red Square gets upset, and then you got St. Petersburg, right? No, I'm at one of your icebergs. I get it. But go somewhere, stop somewhere at the Urals. It's a big mountain range. So this way we don't stir up the silt in some vulgar whatever I got going on just to the south and to the east of Anastasia. So now, as the Black Widow, oh, right, I did see, by the way, they're coming out with a movie entitled The Black Widow, being my career, that I was supposed to have. But 1993 they came. I went away with Dan Romanoff to Florida, got in a limo, and then I went off to Happily Ever After with my betrothed to Russia. And actually, I went to arid places, ARID. It was a dry desert, arid climate. I don't know, can't tell you where we were, but whatever. But I did go partially with Dan. I popped into frame. I went there. I was in a bedroom, taking a nap. Then I went to go say hello to some of their friends. They had to wake me up out of a nap. And, I was disoriented because I think I was already somewhere else, but whatever. This is stretch of the imagination. That's exactly what this one is. Okay, so I was laying there. I said hello to the friends, said goodbye to Dan, and then he wanted to go play golf. I'm like, oh, have fun. I'll just relax over here. And then scene over. Went back to where I was supposed to be. Right, and then did they ask where I was for the rest of the week? Because I was gone. And then Nicholas dropped me off at home. Dan wasn't even there. Right, yeah, no, we have Linda answering the door at the threshold. And our, I say, human concierge service from Black Glove, respectable places, with a clipboard was in the back driving with us. And Nicholas was sitting next to him and I was across the way. And he walked me up to the door so they could see Linda on Coptic view of whatever. And they said that they were college, whatever, which they knew that, they asked if my mom, Linda, had gone to college, which she said no, which of course we already knew, but we just confirmed it. And that they were the advisors that were going to help with my career, my future, and that they asked if they could come back. And my mom said, yeah, of course, whatever. If they could contact me, that kind of stuff, of course. So that happened. And then in 1993, they just disappeared. I don't know what happened. So now, that was my last, right? And then I knew he was saying, 1991, Russia was having some problems with the military forces and the special forces, and they had some kind of reorganization within the internal forces, but there was a section of the special forces that still knew what Alien Terra Forma was up to and what we were supposed to do. They were trying to hide and stay quiet from 1991 till that car ride in 1993, which is what I overheard. Of course, I didn't know what these things meant because I didn't have a map and I wasn't studying for an exam. I just promised to the right department, why can't I just be brought into the know in wherever it's safe? Since America is like the boutique of broken robots. So now let's think about this. Yeah, and so there we are. Anything else we got to do on Spider's Black Widow records? Oh, right. So the movie's coming out 2021 by Marvel Comics, Marvel. Oh, DC, on my retirement, you're bringing, and it's some chick. She looks kind of like me, kind of, sort of. I mean, I think she's better looking, but whatever. But like darker hair, like I got now, and more like my visual structure. But it's that she's KGB something or other, and then she's thrown into New York. Man, if that's not a true story. Yeah, no, it's been the whole time. So was the X-Men, partially. And what was the other one? I was thinking about it earlier. Oh, right, Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And yeah, you want to know how I look at humans? I look at you like Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Terminator, right? Like he looks human and he's part bot, right? That's me. And then there's all of you with red eyes and silver, whatever, like just do. Phones just work because I buy the service. Phones just work because I buy the service. Phones just work because I buy the service. AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, doesn't matter. I got a great deal. Yeah, and it just works because you deserve it. I'm sure somewhere in the logic of broken in a Rubik's Cube of they can't fucking fix you, and they know they can't fix you, and that's what I was sent, is to fix it before it got really dirty, and here we are. They tried hiring some of you broken, like, it's just AT&T. Yeah, it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's an alien terraform service, and you are not qualified because you are one of them. No matter if you do a full erasure on me or not, it is going to come back online at some point because of who I am and who I belong to. He's my 7 hole. I'm his 8. That's it. One uniform. And we do this a lot, and not just here. Didn't think anybody would notice, did you? Well, I knew somebody would at some point. I just don't know what the fuck buttons I have to push. Because God only knows when I try to use this magical service, there's a magical operator somewhere going, I'm not letting this one through. Or they redirect it to the dumbest human operator ever. It's like, do you have a crime you want to report? Yeah, but I don't know that you're intellectually astute enough to take the crime down and then hand it to the appropriate authorities at the New York office of the FBI. You're looking for parking tickets. I just saw a man rob a bank. Look with my own eyes. Right. That's the level that the FBI in New York City is up to. They want Ocean 11 crimes from the movies. I get that. I was prepared for how dumb you would be, and this is what you look like on some switchboard while you playing games and keeping me fucking in New York with no food, no money, and with two fucking piece of shit Americans that have no food, no money, and that I don't want to be with, raped me, forced me to have their children. Anything more I need to tell you in stolen possession of somebody else's asset and assembly? I was not permitted to stay in America. Jason Peter Romer, 1976, and Anthony Tiafrio, 1975, were never permitted, nor did they have the authority to take possession of my custody and to lock me into some new form of a prison on the front. If we're watching, this is what her daily looks like. She's safe to me. I don't really see her as a prisoner of war. So now we are taking advice from stupid fucking staff members on this broken mental human project. And we're taking the staff members' ID and papers, and we're going, you know what? I have enough of you to protect myself. No, you don't.